Good morning, y'all. It's kind of another struggle morning. I didn't sleep the best last night. My period started yesterday, but we here. I think he's struggling too, but we here. We're going to talk about period cups today. I have tried them multiple times in the past, different brands, different sizes, and they have never seemed to work for me. The blood seems to get everywhere except the cup. I could never figure out how to get it in there the right way, and with these nails, But this period cup by the brand Sunny, it kind of changed the game for me. Now, you met my friend Miah in a previous episode. She tried it with me too. And when she first saw this period cup and it comes with this applicator, she didn't know what the hell this was. She had never heard of a period cup, never seen a period cup. So Sunny sent us each their period cup and applicator to try. And you're going to hear her experience as well as mine today. The brand Sunny was founded by Drew and Cindy because of their passion to end period poverty and make earth-friendly products. Their $49 period cup and applicator inserts just like a tampon, hopefully making it a little bit easier if you're new to period cups. It's safe to wear for up to 12 hours and actually holds about 1.5 to 2 tablespoons of blood. It lasts up to 1 year with regular use. So now let's see what this cup is actually all about. Okay, so you are former WNBA, overseas player, all-around professional athlete, and now coach. You did not have time to be worried about your period, no leaks, no discomfort during practice, during games. So tell me, what did you normally do for your periods to make sure that they didn't get in your way?
What I would do is I would make sure that I'm extra protected by just making sure I wear a tampon and a panty liner, and then making sure that I had on extra garments so nothing would bleed through.
Okay, so how did you even think about your period, like while you were playing, like during college or during your pro years? Because at a time when most women, like right now, we're told you need to rest, you need to relax during your period, like you're getting paid and expected to like hustle up and down a court all the time.
Yeah.
So how did you even think about your period when it came to like still having to show up and perform?
That it was something that was out of the ordinary, or that we really had to just that I had to think about. I just need to make sure I didn't bleed through.
Yeah.
I didn't really have harsh cycles, so it wasn't like I was cramping really bad or anything of that sort. So for me, it was just I just had to do what I had to do.
There's nothing out of the ordinary.
There was nothing. It really wasn't nothing out of the ordinary where I had to. I don't know, it's kind of expected, especially when you're around other women who also are kind of dealing with the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't feel like there's any exclusion for like me and my cycle. It's just, I don't know, it's just very normal. I don't think it was something that was talked about enough, but also it was just something that was normal at the same time.
Okay, so I wanted people to see you in your element here on the basketball court. Damn, on the first try!
All right, tell me what to do.
Tell you what to do?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to see what you do first. Okay, you just threw it. You guys shoot it up. You right-handed?
Yeah.
All right, so put your hands like this.
Okay.
So this technically just your guy hand.
Got it.
Yes. And then when you shoot up, wrist down. Oh, better.
Okay.
Better, but come closer. Come closer. Yeah.
Okay.
And shoot it up. Yeah!
All right, so breaking down the materials in the Sunny period cup. You get to keep it in this cool pouch. And the first part you have is the cup here. So the cup is made of medical grade silicone. Then you've got this kind of 2-part applicator here, which is made of medical grade TPUs, nylon, and polypropylene. And these are essentially plastics or materials that make up plastics. You see medical grade in a lot of consumer health products, but it is not a formal regulatory definition like the word organic, for example. It's simply a descriptor that suggests that these materials have components that are safe for interaction with the human body and can withstand sterilization, for example, or resist bodily fluids. So what's actually important to know from all of these materials? Remember I stated earlier that the cup and the applicator can last for up to 1 year. So while all of these materials in these 2 products are safe to use intravaginally, they do start to degrade over time. After regular cycles of exposure to bodily fluids, cleaning, sterilization, these materials will start to degrade, so you'll want to make sure to replace them annually. You might be able to get away with 2 years depending on how often you actually use this. Like, you may not use it every day you have a period, so you may not be cleaning and sterilizing all the time, so you may get away with 2 years, but I wouldn't risk it.
So let's talk about how this worked for my needs as an athlete, a coach, and just someone who's always on the go. The cup is supposed to last up to 12 hours and hold about 2 tablespoons of blood, which would be perfect for me since I have such a light flow. However, I was still feeling a little leakage and I could still see some blood coming through on my panties. And for me, going out, training, coaching, that wasn't something that I really felt comfortable with wearing outside. And just to be completely honest, this was not the most comfortable for me. When I was using it, I could feel it a little bit on my cervix, I think. The comfortability of it just wasn't something that was ideal for me. It took me a few times of using the product and actually being able to put it in properly until I was able to actually get how it was supposed to work and stay stable and give me the security that I was looking for. And so for me, it just didn't work.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like this before. I honestly have never even heard of a period cup and was very intrigued on how this was going to work. And so, yeah.
I remember using one for the first time and thinking that it got lost when I couldn't pull it out. And I guess some of them have this little pulley thing, and
Right.
I think some don't. But yeah, it does get messy too. Like, using the applicator helps. And so, I mean, you
Because
remember
some of them
how-
don't come with applicators.
I think most of them don't come with applicators. So you do this little fold like this.
And that's another thing. It was just a lot of work to do.
The fold was too
Yeah.
much.
Because it kept doing that. It
It
kept
does,
just
yeah.
like popping out. And I'm just like, oh,
So you stick it.
see? That's it.
Stick it in. Okay, so you stick it in like that. And then, I mean, we did it before, but so the girls know. And then you press it. Now this is where, yeah, like, so you make sure this pointy part goes in the hole. And then, I mean, yeah. Damn. But yeah, so you stick it up there and then you'll stick it up there. Stick it in your vagina. And then sometimes you'll have to like rub your finger around. If you got nails, you know, you gotta figure that out, honey. Because I had to. But yeah, you may have to like pull the little part out, or just, this is where it gets messy because you're sticking your fingers up there.
Yeah, you got to
just to
readjust
make
it.
sure like it's all straight.
Right. For the security part of it.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about how much money we're gonna spend. So the cup and applicator costs $49.99. I couldn't get a shipping cost from the website, but when I think about, it's supposed to replace pads and tampons. Last year, I did some digging in some old order history, and so last year I spent about $75 on pads and tampons.
Dang, I don't know how much I spent.
So if I was to replace my pads and tampons and use just the cup and applicator, which I think is the idea, the cost savings would be about $25, which is not a whole lot, but that might be like a tank of gas or something. But I don't like to go to sleep with anything inside me. Like, I don't sleep with tampons. I'd rather sleep with a pad or the monthly period boxers that we did a previous episode on.
So does it really make sense to buy it?
I mean, $25 is $25. And when you think about some of the perceived value claims like sustainability, there's less waste going into the environment if you're only using a cup or using a cup majority of the time, and the convenience aspect as well. So if it lasts 12 hours, you should only have to change this 1 or 2 times a day.
Did you buy it again?
I mean, I like to have options, and since I already have it, I'm still going to continue to use my pads and tampons, like I said. I'll probably continue to use this as a backup, but I don't really know if I would buy another one. Would you buy it again?
Nah.
So would you recommend this for other athletes?
To be honest, no. I just don't think there's enough stability, and it's not reliable enough. Until you understand how to really place it inside, maybe it may work for some people, but I just think about us running up and down the court. We may be scared that it's going to slip out, and, you know, we be wearing white uniforms. It just doesn't seem like the ideal applicator to protect us while we're being as active as we are.
So the idea of it sounds good, but practically it was just too hard to use.
That part. I think just the use of it, like having to put it in the that was just too much work for us.
What are your scores for the materials, the function, and the value?
So for the materials, I would give it a 3. For the function, I would give it a 1. And for the value, I'd give it a 2.
And I'm gonna give it a 3 for materials, 2 for function. It worked more for me than it didn't work for me, and a 2 for value. So with an average of 6.5 points between my score and Miah's score, we'll round up, and the Sunny Period Cup and Applicator actually lands in the top drawer. Thank you for doing this with me again.
You're welcome. I hope this is actually helping, especially for athletes. There are not a lot of platforms talking to us like this. I got to go be Coach Miah, so see y'all.
Execute.